What's up guys, this is thesssain. I wanted to showcase the Cataclysm build real quick. I use it mostly in tier 4 for speed farm, like in Helltide it's really nice, in Nightmare Dungeons, in Infernal Wards, and in some lower speed pits. When your damage is not high enough, you can, or if you don't have Shroud yet, you can also use Insatiable Fury. Like, it's working with both the AFK strategy. I'm using Shaco at the moment because my gear is not so good. Like, I don't have GA ultimate cooldown, and it makes it really easy to have permanent Cataclysm uptime. So if you want to autocast Cataclysm, you can do this with numlock or with X mouse button control. As far as I'm aware, like, macros like X mouse button control are allowed as long as they only perform one singular action. But numlock, I am pretty sure you can always use it to autocast as many things as you want. So yeah, let me showcase this real quick. The nice thing about Insatiable Fury is it stacks up the provocation while you AFK, so you will always have the overpowers on Cataclysm. It's not so good against the Spires, but they said they will rework it, so yeah. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just AFK now. I'm overpowering. This is with Insatiable Fury. I wait a sec. I will swap to Shroud real quick to show that it's also working, like it's in the guide. You can also use Cyclone Armor instead of Bulwark or instead of Pulverize, because I'm not using Pulverize anyway. Forgot to turn on the thing that it automatically casts it. But yeah, you see, it's not really complicated. The build is also working like this on the Ancestor version. The damage is more than enough. I have a little bit more damage now because I already have the Chaos Uniques. But you will get there for sure. And I already have the glyphs and stuff. So you see, this is pretty chill. Now I want to also showcase a pit real quick, how it looks. Like, we just use Cataclysm and dash and jump around. You can automate the other skills as well, like Bloodhole and Roar, which is pretty nice because of the seasonal power. With the wild transformation you get some nice bonuses as well, but no need for that in lower content. So yeah, autocasting, like, it's pretty speedy. I just like, the Insatiable Fury doesn't really work in pit because the shred will eat the overpower stacks. I can also press some buttons sometimes if I want to, but yeah, usually I just shred around, can play with one hand, and use teleport sometimes on spacebar. Like, okay, almost done. Like, this build is super fun in like lower content, as I said. The damage scales okay now with the Chaos Uniques. I didn't play it in the seasons when it was meta, but I heard it was really strong back then, and it got a lot of the power back now with the Chaos Uniques. I don't know if it's stronger than before, probably not, but it's definitely nice to play. Like, okay, this was a not so good layout, but I usually do 1 minute to 1.5 minutes without pressing any buttons. So yeah, as I already said, you can yeah, I swapped the Bulwark around because I was playing with Cyclone Armor while AFK, didn't have a macro for the Bulwark. Can also do that, or you can just take out Pulverize. I never use it anyway usually. This is only if you need If you need the damage with Raging Pulverize, like this, but it's not needed for me now because of the debuff. Yeah, as I already said, I'm using Shaco since it's more easy to gear that way. Like you solve, like I'm overcapped on armor now, but this with instances, I wanted to cap it without instances to never worry about anything. Yeah, this just gives you a lot of room for resistances and you don't have to worry so much about armor anymore. Yeah, there's not much left to say. Everything is in the guide. Be sure if you play this to have good amount of movement speed. You get a bit more like when you transform, as you can see. I mean, if when Cataclysm is active, so you don't need that much as I have, just to walk around in town a bit faster. I think I said everything. If there's any questions, let me know in the comments. And also in the guide there's everything a bit more detailed. I didn't mention the Insatiable Fury version in the guide. I saw this from Boiler, but it's the only change if you want to get the overpowers. But as I showed you, it's not needed. You can also AFK with Shout.